Hey you, Hans here. Hope you're doing well. Today is going to be another video about evil. It's a topic I've brought up before for those who are new. And real quick, what I speak about in regards to evil is anti-life. Evil is always anti-life. It's a force that vampirizes on all that is good and tries to twist it for its own purposes. That is evil in a nutshell. And the whole purpose of its existence seems to be the destruction of everything natural. So yeah, definitely anti-nature as well, and by extent anti-white. Because you want to destroy white people, well, you definitely have to be evil for that, right? Doesn't matter how little or how much. The gradations kind of fall away, in my opinion, there. Having said that, um, I have noticed a pattern in evil, and some of you might figure, oh, I've already noticed that, I've already seen it, heard it, what have you. Good on you. This is for those who have not, and just to give voice to it, There, how many people talk about this at all? Like, isn't that a bit of a problem if you want to resolve it? Nobody talks about it. So, yeah, having said such, I'm gonna jump straight to the overall pattern and I'll try to go to examples, concrete examples after that. So one of the main things that evil does is it it comes upon something that it wants to take advantage of or take advantage with, steals it for itself, corrupts it, and then presents it back to where it originates from. Concrete example, let's say someone builds oh no, maybe more simple. Someone makes a beautiful drawing. Good natured person makes a drawing, creates something beautiful. And evil will show up and steal the drawing, the painting somehow. Could be just like the stereotypical masked guy yoinking it away. Could be through not illegal, through legal nonsense. Make some nonsensical contract that a good-natured person thinks, well, that's not really that necessary. These are good guys, right? But then, sure enough, evil is like, oh, on the contract it says we can just run off with it, so bye bye. That sort of thing. Evil looks at the painting and sees this is too beautiful and like scribbles some nonsense on it and then hands it back to the originator. Like, look, here. Or to the peers of the creator. Look, this is what he made. By the way, pay us. Pay us? Oh, he made it. See how that works? Anti-white example. Anti-white sees a beautiful realm where children are happy, women are free, and men can be themselves. Anti-white gets in places of powers in that realm, twists and warps, sucks the juice out of everything as much as possible. The resource flow and all of that. Then tells everyone in that realm, oh yeah, by the way, here, this is your creation, while they're busy sucking the resources out of the realm. What about maybe even one that might just pop people's minds, like something that really is something they might have witnessed themselves. Let's say a popular series about European history, specifically maybe even the British realm. The anti-white sees that history and says, ooh, yoink. Starts scribbling down the stories, different names, slightly different locations, but still like, a touch of who it came from, just enough to keep the appeal. And then afterwards says here are the new documents. Bit of it needed a bit of editing, a bit of rewriting. Here is your history back. Does that remind you of something, guys? I know that some of you will have a light bulb go off. It's like, oh yeah, there it is. That's what it's been. That's who's been doing it. And I think I've already said my piece there. I just wanted to share that. It's nearly enough talk about it, I think. And this pattern is something that can happen to you individually, can happen to you as part of a group, can happen to something you love. It's always steal, isolate, with all the rewriting and corrupting, present back. That is how evil operates. And, can something be done about that? I'm sure there are manners to go about this. There might be some things that we recognize in already existing systems that that are basically just that pattern, and therefore maybe are due with vanishing altogether. And evil will always try to find another way, but why would you make it easy, right? And who knows, maybe given that evil does not create, if you can take away its tricks, it might just get famished, and eventually, the vampire, so to say, turns to ash in the sunlight, because there was no shadow to hide in anymore. But then again, to bring it to a bit more philosophical corner, if you will, too much light also blinds, doesn't it? So do with it what you want, I guess. I thought it was just useful to bring it up, and maybe I shall shift the video a little bit. Maybe it's a bit too short, I don't know. Well, if I can stop getting all kinds of stuff in my mouth, that would be nice too. It's a bit dusty, or like pollen are flying all over the place, that's it. And I've inhaled my fair share, I think. That's good for you, I guess. Just not very tasty. Yeah, I'm going to bring out some projects in the future. I have some things to finish, some negotiations to finish, but I think that is all looking very good at the point I make this video. So here's for a better tomorrow. Not for me personally, but for everyone involved. I always like to say that I work together with people. I don't have underlings and I don't have bosses. I have colleagues. I have people I work with. And, I think that is one of my ways to fend off evil, if you will. Because if I notice that people have an issue with me talking to them as colleagues rather than as a boss or as an underling, then I know that there's something off there. There's something wrong with people who do not want to be, considered equals. Because they have worked somewhere already for 5 years and you haven't, or they already have like they have a shiny car, or they are paid less than you, and they they do something that they think is demeaning compared to yours. All of that is like, I don't want any of it near me. That is unhealthy as can be. It's the master-slave dynamic, as it is called. Not to Michael Tsarion for that one. That's where I picked it up and makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, the master-slave mindset. I hope that the white positive sphere, where there are people like that, can come to terms with that this is not the way forward. It's just more of the same. What is the point, by the way, of having a sphere for your own if that sphere is infested with those who are only there to lord over others or be underlings? No, that is completely unhealthy. It will yield nothing but more heartache and infighting and all of that nonsense. I just hope we can get over that. That's the whole point why I make these videos on evil, so we can look at ways to banish it at least out of our immediate lives. That alone would make a world of difference, and that frees up a lot of room to do a lot of good. Some forms of evil can still allow themselves to, can still force themselves into your life, but step by step, person by person, and eventually group by group, there might be a change, a healthy change, where well, it's not only a matter of where there are no masters, but there are also no underlings. Have you actually ever heard that yourself? You know, a lot of people complain about this, but they're more than ready to be one of the two. Uh, a certain extreme. No, actually, no. Both sides of the political spectrum, for example, are all about that. You know, the left and the center. The other one is long dead. I mean, I'm laughing and maybe I shouldn't, but that is the reality, isn't it? I'm not even sure there is a center even still alive. There's a whole goalpost thing being shoved all the way in one direction down someone's, well, more down people's throats than anywhere else. But um, yeah, might be nice. Might be nice that we can overcome that. Might be nice that I can get my projects in order. I've been given some advice that it's looking really good for me. Is it actually going to be so? Well, you have to make work of it, right? And I hope that I uh, can count on the community, the white positive sphere, my people. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, if at this point, if you're new, I'm not asking for it. But if you have been around checking my stuff from over the last year, the last 2 years, at this point that I make this video, I do not know how else I can prove my goodwill. I've given a lot of my free time, well, not for free of course, I've given a lot of my time, my energy, and some resources to making all of this content. It has helped people. There's nobody that, well, everyone is always very positive except like the typical mentally ill malcontents, and that's they're just like, I can still count them on one hand. How many channels can boast that? So yeah, I think I've done my fair share to show uh, or to prove that I can be trusted, and if people are going to are not going to, some of them, well, I would even dare say that is their loss. I want to go forward. I want to take it up a notch, take it up a few notches even, which will become possible the more I can wrench myself out of what would you call it? Out of other spheres, and do have the opportunity to focus on what is us. All else is just enjoying the quality of what I do. And again, I've only received compliments there, so well, 99.9% were compliments. You always have to have those few malcontents around, but that's fine. So yeah, let's see if I can make it happen, and hope you are going to be there with me if you feel generous enough and helpful enough. And if it really keeps expanding, as is the whole intention, then maybe you yourself will be part of that as well at some point. It's all up to, well, each individual of us and how much we want to work together and who we want to do it with. Having that said, I think I'm going to call it one now, and you have a good one, and see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye bye.